Have you ever met someone who thought they could bend the world to their will with just a few loud words? In a cozy little cafe nestled in the heart of a vibrant small town, Karen Miller was that person. On a sunny Saturday afternoon, the air thick with the aroma of fresh coffee and toasted bread, Karen strode in, her heels clicking like a judge's gavel. She carried an air of entitlement as heavy as her oversized designer purse, and her sharp voice cut through the hum of happy diners like a knife. "I'm a food critic," she declared, flashing a fake press badge at the young server, Mia, who barely had time to blink. "I expect the best sandwich on your menu, or I'll write a review that'll shut this place down." The cafe fell silent, all eyes on the unfolding drama. Karen's demand wasn't just for a male, it was for power, and she was about to learn how quickly power could crumble. Karen's claim wasn't new to the staff at Bella's Bistro. Mia, a college student working weekends to pay her tuition, had seen her type before, customers who wielded complaints like weapons to get what they wanted. But Karen was different. Her audacity was next level. She didn't just want a free sandwich. She wanted the sandwich, the one everyone in town raved about. Bella's signature truffle-infused grilled chicken panini, layered with artisanal cheese, fresh arugula, and a house-made aioli that had foodies driving for miles away. The catch? Karen had ordered the cheapest item on the menu, a plain ham and cheese on day-old bread, barely worth $5. When her sad sandwich arrived, she scoffed, pushed it aside, and pointed at a nearby table where a customer, an elderly man named Mr. Thompson, was savoring his panini. "That's what I deserve," she snapped, loud enough for the whole cafe to hear. "Switch it. Now." Mia hesitated, her hands trembling as she clutched her notepad. The cafe's owner, Bella, a no-nonsense woman with a heart of gold, had a strict policy: no free upgrades, no exceptions. But Karen's threat of a scathing review loomed large, and Mia, new to the job, felt the weight of it. Before she could respond, Karen took matters into her own hands. With a flourish, she stood, marched over to Mr. Thompson's table, and swapped her dry, crumbling sandwich for his pristine panini. Gasps rippled through the cafe. Mr. Thompson, a kind retiree who came every Saturday for his favorite meal, looked stunned, his fork frozen mid-air. Karen smirked, took a triumphant bite of the stolen sandwich, and declared, "This is more like it. You should thank me for teaching you how to serve a critic." The truth unraveled faster than Karen expected. Unbeknownst to her, Bella's Bistro wasn't just any cafe, it was a community hub, and its regulars were fiercely loyal. Among the diners that day was Sarah, a local journalist who actually wrote for the town paper. Sarah had been quietly sipping her latte in the corner, her laptop open, when Karen's food critic act began. She recognized the fake badge immediately. It was a poorly laminated card, the kind you could buy online for $10. Sarah's curiosity piqued. She started recording the scene on her phone, capturing every moment of Karen's brazen theft. But the real twist came when Sarah texted Bella, who was in the kitchen rolling out dough for the next batch of bread. "We've got a Karen," the message read, with a link to the video. Bella, who had built her business on integrity and hard work, wasn't about to let this slide. The confrontation that followed was nothing short of electric. Bella emerged from the kitchen, her apron dusted with flour, her eyes blazing with a mix of fury and calm resolve. She didn't raise her voice, that wasn't her style, but every word carried the weight of someone who'd had enough. "Ma'am," she said, standing over Karen's table, "you claim to be a critic, but you're stealing from my customers. Care to explain?" Karen's smirk faltered, but she doubled down, waving her fake badge. "I'm doing you a favor," she retorted. "This place needs standards." The crowd murmured, some stifling laughs, others shaking their heads. Then Sarah stood up, her journalist instincts kicking in. "Funny," she said, holding up her phone. "I'm an actual critic, and I've got your whole performance on video. Shall we talk about standards now?" Karen's face drained of color. The cafe buzzed with tension as Bella laid out the facts. Karen's badge was fake, her review was a lie, and her swap was theft, plain and simple. But Bella didn't stop there. She turned to Mr. Thompson, who was still processing the loss of his beloved panini, and apologized profusely, promising him a fresh one on the house. Then she faced Karen again. "You have two choices," Bella said. "Apologize to Mr. Thompson and pay for both sandwiches, or we call the police." The crowd leaned in, waiting for Karen's next move. She stammered, her confidence crumbling like the dry bread she'd tried to pass off. "This is outrageous," she sputtered, but the video evidence and the room's collective glare left her no escape. Karen's downfall was as swift as it was satisfying. She tried to argue, claiming she was testing the service, but the regulars weren't having it. Mr. Thompson, ever the gentleman, spoke up, his voice soft but firm. "Young lady, I fought in a war so folks could enjoy a meal in peace. You don't get to ruin that." The cafe erupted in applause, and Karen's bravado collapsed entirely. She fumbled through an apology, her voice barely audible, and slapped a $20 bill on the table enough to cover both sandwiches and an unexpected service fee Bella tacked on for the trouble. As Karen grabbed her purse and scurried out, the crowd didn't boo or jeer. They simply turned back to their meals, as if she'd never existed. But Sarah's video, now uploaded to the town's social media page, ensured Karen's antics would live on in infamy. The cafe returned to its warm, welcoming hum, but the story didn't end there. Bella, true to her values, used the incident to start a new tradition. Every Saturday, she'd offer a free sandwich to a random regular as a thank you for their loyalty. Mr. Thompson was the first recipient, his smile brighter than the sun, streaming through the windows. The community rallied around Bella's bistro, and Sarah's article about the incident went viral, not for Karen's shame, but for the way the town came together. It was a reminder that greed and entitlement could be met with justice, and that kindness could triumph even in the face of chaos. As for Karen, she never returned, her fake badge likely tucked away in a drawer, a relic of a lesson hard learned. What do you think? Did Karen deserve her dry bread and extra charge? Or was there another way to handle her? Share your thoughts on where the line between accountability and compassion should be drawn.